Guys, my name is Kid. So, what are the biggest environmental problems in your country? The biggest environmental problems in my country is air pollution. Vietnam, especially in big cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, air pollution has been a serious problem. No, we are topped as one of the one of the countries that has the most dirty air and environments in the world. It's really alarming because we use lots of you know ve- private vehicles like motorbikes or cars, and also we are not focusing enough on the carbon emission regulations. Why do you think environmental problems have become more serious in recent years? In my opinion, definitely, I think environmental problems have become extremely severe in recent years. Um, Climate change and also carbon emission has been a serious problem. Well, the air the air and also the weather of the earth is being affected really badly, and that it's getting more and more alarming for humans to take actions. Do I think people are more environmentally conscious than they were in the past? In my opinion, yes. Nowadays, it is more polluted than the past, and that is the equivalent to people being more environmentally conscious than they were in the past. What can ordinary people do to protect the environment? In my perspective, ordinary people can do a lot to protect the environment. First, they can stop littering. Not trash like plastic bottles or those kinds of trash. They can be more cautious and mm, be they can be more cautious by putting those trash into bins and maybe carry it home to recycle. Well, it helps the environment a lot, and also people can keep track of their carbon emission. This can help them. No, this can help protect the air quality and reduce air pollution. Do you think individuals can really make a difference to the environment? Well, if it's only one individual, then it will not be significant. But if it's many individuals, then it will really make a difference. Mm, one if one person don't litter, then it will be insignificant. But if many people don't litter, then no, it will change a lot. What should governments do to protect the environment? Governments should uh, make more laws and regulations to protect the environment. For example, carbon emission taxes should be increased, laws about banning littering and not certain products like no one one time plastic or something like that. They can definitely produce laws and regulations to reduce or even ban all those things. Should governments punish companies that cause environmental damage? Yes, governments can punish companies that violate environmental laws, like giving them fines or even give their business detention. No, like not like retrieving their permits to operate for a few times, like a month or two. This can teach businesses and companies a big, a real lesson. Therefore, they will be more cautious when dealing with environmental problems. What do you think businesses should be responsible for reducing pollution? Businesses first are responsible in managing their wastes. Now, normally, many businesses will do illegal dumping. They will dump their wastes into the environment, like rivers and lakes. This can be extremely detrimental to the environment. So, businesses should be responsible now for their waste dumping. Should governments introduce higher taxes on environmental environmentally harmful products? Yes, as I just said, they can definitely not raise the taxes on those products like one-time plastic, uh, mm, carbon, carbon emission, like carbon emission, like products that can produce carbon dioxides. Yeah, no, governments can definitely introduce higher taxes or even ban those things, so that the civilians will be forced to switch to a kind of product, healthier kinds of product. Is it more effective to educate people or punish them for environmentally harmful behavior? In my opinion, I think we should both educate people and punish them if they violate regulations of environment. First, at schools or envi- even the government can launch campaigns and advertise for the for the fun the fundamentality of the environment, and that people should be more conscious of its well-being. Like, people should not litter. More people should be more careful when more careful keeping tracks of their carbon footprints or something. But when people violate those rules and laws and cause harm to the environment, they should be punished, like be fined or even be put into jail, because not the environment can be responsible for millions of people's lives, and when they are destroying the environment, they are responsible for destroying the life of many.